Alrighty, hello everyone. Okay, let me paint the scene for you. It is like, what, 4:30? 5:15. 5:15, I am putting Christmas sewing on pause to do this video, right? Everything comes at a cost. Like, everything, like, doing one thing comes at a cost of doing another thing. Spending this money on that comes at a cost of not saving it or spending it on something else. Right, all the things. So every time I'm like doing something, I'm like, well, is that better than doing this or this? That's how I've been for a long time. I know, I'm fun at parties. But it's about 5:15. I've got coffee, and not only do I have coffee, but I have it in this wonderfully well, not wonderfully paint. I had this in this wonderful memory of a mug. Like this, Audrey and I went to paint pottery, not this past summer, but the summer 2024. And I painted, excuse me, I painted that mug, and she painted a little donut jewelry holder. It's darling. But today's video, in this big old box, is stuff from the state fair. And this is a weird video for me to do. Hold on, let me get the noise of this out of the way. This is a weird video because, like, I want to do it. This is not at all bragging or hyping myself up. Instead, it's just being a part of the cycle of inspiration. Humbly, I get to be a part of it. I am so, so grateful. I have lots more content that's never seen the light of day, and I just need a team. You can only wear so many hats before they start to fall off. You can only do so many hats justice. Like, sure, I'm all about improving your skills and all of that stuff. But how many skills are you supposed to, like, you know? One day I'll have a team, but it's not today. It's not going to be tomorrow, and it's not going to be for this video. So it's just going to be another rough video because, let's face it, it's not worth my time to edit. No offense to those that watch, but those that watch, you guys watch whether I do all the edits or not, so it's not worth my time. One day, although, I'll have a team that does all the edits and knows how to market the video just to do it justice, and then it'll get more than 1,000 views. No offense to those that watch. Like, I say that as nicely as I can. It's just not worth, like I said, every time you do something, you can be doing something else. So, up out of the box first, it just so happened that this is the christening gown. Okay, so I submitted 7 garments this year, although 1 was dead on arrival. So I actually drove these in because I wanted a couple more days. So I drove them over to Raleigh, and I was like sitting there at the thing trying to finish her up, and it wasn't in the carts. And that's okay. 7 garments is still a lot. There's still quite a bit going on in my, I mean, there's life, right? You got life with 4 kiddos. Kiddo chapter I absolutely love. I hope I'm in focus, my gosh. I absolutely love kiddo chapter. It is just amazing. It's just amazing. Right now I'm only limited by my funds, but as far as like ideas and energy and just, I just want to live with them. I just want to like show them the world and show them like all the lessons that, you know, are a little bit of knowledge, advice, whatever, wisdom that's floating around in my mind. I want to expose them to, but I just want to show them the world so they can pick up on it on their own, and they can interpret things for themselves and learn things for themselves, and just I want to nurture them and guide them into who they already should be. You know, like I'm not putting anything on them. I'm just allowing them to be who they already are. Anywho, so yeah, 7. And people, okay, I know I announced a few months ago the whole single mama thing. I'm good. I appreciate everyone's well wishes, and like, I hope I'm doing fabulous these days. Those tough years were in the pandemic. Like, the pandemic was the highlighter to the imbalances, and it was the highlighter to my marriage, okay? It was the highlighter to a lot of things in my life, including my marriage. So those were the rough years. Nowadays, though, like I said, I'm only limited by the funds in my bank account. Like, I am ready to rock and roll again with life. I feel amazing. So, first garment. This happens to be the christening gown that I submitted, and humbly, I got first place on it. They weren't doing best in show. I didn't see any purple ribbons anymore. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. The last two, this is my third year doing the state fair. The last two state fairs, when I got a first place, it also came with the best in show. But like I said, I didn't see any purple ribbons. Maybe I missed them. I don't know. I just don't know. So this got first place though. It is from the Martha Pullins book, the Grandmother's Hope Chest book, and then I changed some things to make it just a little bit more accessible and affordable. This is all, okay, the whole theme with this was like using stuff that I already had. For the vast majority of these garments, it was stuff that I already had. So this is lace from one of my dear, dear aunts, and I wish I had gotten the privilege of knowing her better, but my Aunt Carol and her daughter Vicky sent me, oh my gosh, she gifted me her laces. So Carol passed, maybe it's been 15 years now. Time just goes, doesn't it? And then you realize it's marching across your face. But so the laces are from her. You know, the buttons, like even on the back, I've got one oddball and the other, like they don't match, and it's all good. And then instead of using lace on the vertical, because obviously lace is more expensive and just a little bit more just like precious, right? I just went to Walmart and I got ribbon. Actually, you know what happened is I had a ribbon. No, I did go to Walmart and get ribbon. I got 2 spools of it, and I came up just short. And then I went back. Did they have it? No. So then I went to Amazon, and so you can see this one is not the same shade. These two are not the same shade as the rest of them. And you know what? That's okay. Life moves on. And I made gobs of mistakes on this. This is, I think, the first legit christening gown that I've ever made. Like, with all the techniques and all the... It felt like quilting met with garment construction. I got a lot of quilting vibes when I was putting that together. But I learned a lot, and that's how you do it. At least that's the only way I know how to get better at something. And you show up, you make a gob of mistakes with the lens of like always trying to perfect yourself. So it's not about being detrimental or like talking bad about yourself, but it's like, oh, how could I have done that better? You know? Just from a place of love, not from a place of hate. So, more garments. Okay, this thing, it's my second year now doing the doll thing. I thought this was kind of cute. The judges, though, it did not place anything. I'm like, after this doll, I don't see notes. I don't see any notes on it. I'm after this doll thing now. As humbly as I can say that, I'm like, what's wrong? I mean, I thought it was kind of cute. So the skirt turned out to be shorter than I had imagined, like I thought I wanted it. That's why I added the yellow skirt underneath of it. But it's a full circle skirt. Both of them are full circle skirts. I thought the embroidery on it was cute. You know, I don't know. I just don't know how to. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but I'm like, okay, when I'm after this doll thing next year, what am I going to make? What do y'all want, judges? I don't know. But it's a fun thing, or it's a fun thing to play. I love going there. It's my third year taking my kiddos there. The last 2 years I've done it by myself because, you know, I'm loving this single mama life. And I am, like I said, I'm living it fully, just only limited by the funds on my bank account. Gosh, I love coffee. So this, what was this? This was garment sewn by an adult and infant garment, and it got first place. Humbly, I say that. I kind of am surprised that it got first place. There's not much to it. Truthfully, there's not much to it, and which is great because it's very accessible, very for other folks. Now I do have a little bit of drawn thread on the sleeve, so maybe that's what kicked it over the edge. But this pattern is by Jeannie. Oh, I hope I'm saying her last name. Baumeister. She's the one that has created that line of old-fashioned baby dresses, and it's very accessible. It's a wonderful pattern. I've made it a number of times. I mean, back when Audrey was a baby and stuff, and it's got these lace shaping, like kind of like a princess seam vibe, and it's just lazy daisies which is such an easy thing to embroider. So it's very friendly to approach. This thing, oh, I wish I could have spent more time with this. And this was dead on arrival. So this was, yeah, this didn't place because it's unfinished. I was like sitting there to like, do I rush through the buttonholes or do I just leave it? And I thought I'd just rather just leave it. And I joked with my friends there at the reception of like, it's a hospital gown. Can we create a new category? Because this garment, I did a smock. Okay, words. It's a smock bishop, but it's one of those that's smocked with all one fabric, which I have a whole PDF and a whole video of series of how to do that, and a whole pattern and things like that. So it's all smocked as one, and then you cut in the armholes. Now I wish I had way more time. Like, I wish there was like a ton more embroidery on it. It's a take on the Tolua smocking plate, and it was going to have buttons in the back. But like I said, I ran out of it, so it's just a hospital gown. Dead on arrival. And you know what? That's a memory. It will stay like that forever. For me, whenever like I approach a deadline, that's what it is. Whether it's a deadline of Christmas sewing or State Fair or whatever, when the event comes, it's done. And that's just how it's going to live on. That's just what it is, right? This thing won first place. This is the first time that I did this category. It's hand-sewn child's garment. And I didn't, so the State Fair, I love them, and they're very, very well organized. But when you enter, at least for me, I remember the first year being like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm going to be disqualified. And then I got Best in Show. And I say that because the rules, to me, for me at least, aren't that clear. Of like, what is a hand-sewn child's garment? I interpret that to mean no machines used. So I used no machines on this. Every gathering theme, every stitch, every seam, everything is sewn 100% by hand. This is also a Jeannie, I'm just going to say old-fashioned baby pattern. This is also an old-fashioned baby pattern. It's the one, the name is escaping me, but it's the one, is it Lily? I don't know. It's the one that has like the front panels and the yoke are together, and you can put the gathering in and stuff like that. And let's see, I actually made a mistake on this when I was going through and trimming up, you know, threads. I clipped the fabric, and my heart sank. And to my knowledge, it's the first time I've ever done this. And of course, I was like, fudge. That's what I was like, fudge. So I clipped the fabric over here. I turned into an eyelet. And I added a couple lazy daisies and little French knots. And then I did the same on the other side. And I was like, well, that is what it is. This is this pink satin batiste. It is one of the just staples of heirloom sewing. Farmhouse has not only, Farmhouse, if you are new here, welcome. Farmhouse is where I got all my fabric. And I've been for at least 15 years getting fabric from them. And then we've had a partnership for at least 10 or so. I mean, like I said, time marches on, and sooner or later you realize it's marching across your face. But yeah, satin batiste, it's absolutely wonderful. It's from a delightful, well, it's an old school store in New York, which, I mean, has some of the best fabrics in the world, right? And then they import in other best fabrics in the world. And Sally, who is the owner and founder of Farmhouse Fabrics, she stocks them all up for all of us, which is wonderful. We can get them all from one place. It's all online. They're extremely helpful. If you even want them to match the thread to your fabric, like your sewing thread to your, they will do that. You can call them up. They will give you all the advice, all the things. Not only do I love coffee, but I love candles. And this time of year, I treat myself to like a Christmas. Christmas means Christmas. It's about to be Christmas time. We're a few weeks away from Thanksgiving. I wait to put all my decorations out until Black Friday. But, you know, like, I'll dip and jab. I'll do Christmas music. Like, it's okay. Alright, what do we have in this bag? But wait, there's more, right? So this did not place. And I don't... Oh, I do have... Cool. I love getting feedback. Because like... I just want to learn. I just want to grow. It's not about placing. Audrey, she was like, man, you got so many ribbons. And I was like, Audrey, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's about the experience of getting to go. Oh, interested in your work. So I don't have feedback. I have an email address. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But this has some sparkly buttons on the back. I love buttons. I've loved buttons my whole life. You can create an entire wardrobe just for from one button, because that one button leads you to the garment, which leads you to this, which leads you to, you know, a dress, which needs a little, maybe a coat or something, which needs a petticoat. I mean, you just have a whole thing, right? And the dress needs a sister. So this was a dress that I called in my mind manifestation, and it's got this like shadowy thing, kind of like a starry vibe with this, you know, slight sparkle of the beads. The beads I didn't want to put in like a traditional route, so I thought manifestation. Are there like stars? Are there, what do they call them? Astronomy, like the cluster. The word escaping me, but like, are there constellations? That's it. Are there constellations that like mean manifestation? So I googled it, and a couple came up, and then so I used the stars, and I flipped and flopped, and I got a little bit of a pattern, and that's how I put the beads in. And then the smocking, I continued the beads, and I continued them like lighter at the top, and I got more dense as they went down below. And then the bottom, you talk about quilting, the bottom hem, it's a quilted hem, and it's just quilted from the colors up top. I've been doing, oh my god, this is a complete game changer. It's completely changed my life. I've been keeping a Tupperware thing over here of just scraps. There's scraps that are usable. Like, you can't do the teeny tiny. Actually, the teeny tiny I've been keeping as well, and that's for my stuffed teddy bears these days. I tell you, the older I get, and it's nice being away from babyhood because you're able to do this sort of things. But the older I get, the more I feel like I'm turning into my grandmother's. Like, I save everything. I scoop it. I'm not a hoarder. I am not a hoarder by any means. But if it's like sentimental, could be a memory, could be a fun activity, a learning experience, I am saving that sucker. I am scraping every little thing. I'm doing stuffed teddy bears. It's great for the kiddos. They love to do it. And so anyway, so I've continued the beads and the colors down at the bottom, and she's got a built-in petticoat. She's like fully lined, really is what I should say. She's fully lined. Has all, I wanted it to have all like the fluff, the volume, that sort of thing. And then this also got Best in Show. I really wanted, oh my gosh, I wanted a stump work not butterfly, bumblebee. I wanted some stump work bumblebees on this thing so badly. But that's okay. Like I said, wherever they cross the line, and that's where it is. So she will always be without the stump work bumblebee, and that just means it should go on another garment. But this thing has a bunch of wildflowers. This is from the, well, no, it's really just from the internet. I was about to say it's from the book also by Jeannie Baumeister. I know I'm butchering that last name. But it's like Handmaids for Babies or something. Absolutely incredible embroidery book. And it has similar vibes, but like I said, I got these in particular from another embroidery book that I have, and then some from the internet. But there's so many. There's just so many. And then I wanted a really rich, deep hem to make the contrast. In general, I really enjoy contrast. I think that in general, when it comes to style of any sort, whether it's from your makeup, right, trying to make your eyes pop, to like, or even like I like to keep my hair darker because I happen to have pale skin. There's nothing wrong with not having pale. Like, if you look at folks from Italy, like they have the bright green eyes. It's all about contrast, right? I think in generally speaking, that does a wonders to style. And so since I had these like wildflower things with a sort of a lighter vibe, I wanted a really rich, so I dyed the lace hem. Well, I dyed the entredeaux and the lace obviously before I put it on the gown. And then I wanted a shadowy effect, so I've got this green on the back. And bonus is that it also tidies up, right? Because no matter how hard you try, it's just kind of a thing. Especially when you have this much embroidery on it and this many colors and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got a little bit of a metallic and the beads. Also with style, I think in general, bringing in some light, whether that's metallic, beads, some shimmer, like some, even just floche. Floche has that wonderful sheen to it. I absolutely adore floche. I have for years. If you're new, welcome. I'm Sarah, and I have a love affair with floche. Floche is the, like like to call her, the older, sophisticated sister to floss. Both are made by DMC over in France. I have the hanks as well as the braids, because the hank will last you a lifetime. If you just do like the typical amount of embroidery, it'll last, one hank will last you like years. I'm not joking. So they cost like $8 or $9 a hank, but it lasts you forever. But if you want to get a collection, yeah, that can, a collection of colors, that can add up in a hurry if you're just doing a little bit of a sprinkle. That's why I have the floche braids, which truthfully I'm phasing out of, hopefully here soon. So if you want a floche braid, don't wait. Anywho, so that is the state fair. We had a fabulous time. The kiddos are just getting older. Like I learned the hard way that from now on they're getting the ride wristbands. Say that 10 times fast, because it's just unlimited and they're able to ride so many more rides. See, the first year that I took them on my own, well, the first year that we took them at all, they weren't really able to ride any rides. But the second year, you know, they're able to ride a couple, and those little cards did just fine. I had actually leftovers. But this year, holy cow, definitely better to do the wristband route. I will do that forever and always going forward. And my youngest, Everly, she did the tippy toe thing, right? And sometimes it passed and sometimes it didn't. But next year, all of them will be able to just jip and jab onto really any ride, I think. I mean, at least 90% of them. So, love the state fair. I absolutely love the vibes and the community that we've created there and just the memories of it all. It's only a couple pennies. You know, we drive over. I do an Airbnb, which is a couple $100. The state fair, even with the wristbands, it's a couple. I bring a bag of almonds. We buy zero food. It's a bag of almonds, which is fabulous because there's no stick, no cleanup, and there's no like, okay, we're gonna sit down to a meal. One kid doesn't eat or whatever. 10 minutes later, that kid is saying that they're hungry. Normally, I like the meal thing. Normally, I am like, okay, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna eat a meal. If you don't eat, that's your problem, and you'll get the next one. But at situations like the state fair where they're out of their element and all that sort of stuff, I'll just give a little handful of almonds here and there throughout the day, you know, and we let it go. And the almonds is like $8. Like I said, it's not sticky. And even I prefer almonds to like walnuts in those situations because walnuts shed. Almonds, there's just no cleanup. There's just no cleanup. They drop them on the floor, you pick them up, you eat them. It's good for your immune system, you know? And I can just, like I said, I can drizzle a hand out as each kid says that they're hungry. So there's that. I had a wagon this year, which is a great game changer, able to carry the water in. So all in all, I mean, maybe it was $500, which, yeah, is a pretty penny, but once a year, you know, sort of thing. It was a great time, great memories, and I'm excited to expand on it. Grateful that I get to be here in life. And I hope that everyone is doing well in your neck of the woods as well. You know, yours and everything's well with y'all, especially as we get to the end of the year and we get cold and dreary. I don't think it's a coincidence that all these holidays with all this light is at the, you know, wintertime when Mother Nature kind of crawls into herself, right? We bring it out on our own and we support each other through it. So I wish everyone just a wonderful, peaceful time.